All right, so here we go. We got a bunch of stuff going on for Cyberpunk today, including a new hidden update. We have to talk about that one. Plus, our very first look at the Cyberpunk 2077 anime, Edgerunners. I cannot wait for this one. Super hyped for it. So we're going to talk about that, and they're going to be revealing a lot more on June 8th. And we're going to be talking about what PlayStation and Cyberpunk are doing together, and we're going to be talking about those recent DLC leaks. But first, check this out. Right here, yes, we have another what I call hidden update to Cyberpunk. Internal QA has been updated only 11 hours ago, and as you can see, things are beginning to roll. We've seen an update 4 days ago, 10 days ago, so 3 new internal private updates to Cyberpunk more recently. So they are really testing out something. And the thing is that we do know about update 1.6 is that is going to be happening in the next few months in 2022. Could we be seeing something before that? Possibly. Don't hold your breath. But it looks like to me they're really testing out some sort of big update for Cyberpunk, which is getting me excited big time. But let's go over to Twitter and onto the official stuff, shall we? So check this out right here. It says, hey, Edgerunners, welcome to Twitter. And freaking hilarious GIF going on right there before I close that down, but I love it. I'm sorry. Every single time I see that, it just makes me freaking laugh. But anyway, let's go here. It says the official Cyberpunk Edgerunners Twitter just went live. Follow them if you want updates. It says we're coming to Netflix Geeked Week. Tell your tunes and jack in on June 8th. More updates hitting the net soon. And if we follow that link, of course, we can see the website here. Scroll down, you can sign up to a newsletter. You guys can go for it. I'm going to throw those links in the description below, of course. But yeah, this looks really, really impressive. Take a look. They showed off some snippets in their Geeked Week trailer. Check it out right here. This is our first look at Cyberpunk Edgerunners. This is all we have so far, but it looks really, really smooth. And you got to remember, these guys made Star Wars Visions, and that was very well received for the most part. So I'm really, really hyped. And if we go over to the actual community, Cyberpunk community here, we can see that the hype is beginning to build. It says, who's hyped for the Netflix series? I know I am. I'm just saying it. And if we scroll down here, we have Edge Tola, who says, I love Studio Trigger, so I'm certainly hyped. I hope the story character writing is good, though. Since it's Trigger, I expect some tear-jerking emotional heights. I can't wait. Yeah, writing is going to be absolutely key with this one. Ike Kyo says, since it's Trigger, I expect them to end up in space, which would unironically fit one of the endings. It could be possible. It looks like they did end up in space by those little snippets and the teases. Thunder Strike 666 says, the only animes I've seen is Demon Slayer and Star Wars Visions. I hope this is good because Trigger Studios made a really good episode in Star Wars Visions. Absolutely. The Bacon Boot says, there's some other good ones to watch. Cowboy Bebop is decent. One Punch Man is great. And sticking with Netflix animes, Castlevania is incredible. Yeah, I've got so many animes to suggest to you all. I love Full Metal Alchemist. If you have not seen Bacano, that's kind of like one of those rare ones, in my opinion. You can't even watch that on like streaming services. I highly recommend that one. One of my favorites. But anyway, let's keep going here, shall we? Let's talk about what Cyberpunk and PlayStation are doing together. They're doing something very interesting, and I think more and more games should absolutely provide this. Check it out. It says, Horizon Forbidden West and Cyberpunk lead PlayStation Plus premium game trials. And it goes on to say this in the article. It says the following, as part of the upcoming PlayStation Plus rejig, Sony will be adding game trials to the service, although having this try before you buy feature offered as part of a subscription service, and the highest tier at that, seems like a rather odd choice. It will let you sample some of the gaming's biggest titles before you splash the cash. And I think this is so smart, because I do remember one game in particular that had a demo, and it still has a demo, it's not even a beta, was Outriders, and I love that sort of thing. Now, it says this, Cyberpunk had people talking for all the wrong reasons when it was initially released, but with CD Projekt RED still improving the game, you can use its free trial to decide for yourself if the game is right to delve into the dark, futuristic world of Night City. Absolutely. Let me know if any of you are on the fence and are actually going to try Cyberpunk through this trial. I feel like most of you probably have the game downloaded and are most likely currently playing it, but a lot of us want to see new content. So we're going to talk now about leaked DLC stuff that's going around and how that can actually change up the role-playing aspect of the game. It comes from this article right here. It says, Cyberpunk's rumored Gigs DLC could improve role-playing. A recent leak suggesting Gigs-focused DLC would be a great step for Cyberpunk and the authenticity of the game's role-playing. Now, it goes on to say this in the article. It says, much like Geralt's monster-slaying side quests in the Witcher games, gigs in Cyberpunk occupy the space of a sort of day job for V. They're an actual way the character would survive in Night City as a merc, offering themselves as a gun for hire or helping with any variety of odd jobs that would require their specific set of skills. Aside from the overarching storyline to rid themselves of their deadly cybernetic implant and take on the powerful Arasaka Corp, the game also gives players the chance to simply live in Night City and build V up from a relative nobody to a merc with some clout. And that's something that I feel like they need to tap into more with these side gigs and really flesh them out. Honestly, I want to see more focus on bounty hunting. That's something that I would love to see. I don't know if you guys remember a little game called Prey 2 that was actually canceled. It was all about bounty hunting. I think they should go all in with sort of a sub-story about bounty hunting to really tie the gigs together and have a reason to really earn money in Night City. Of course, they do have this sort of thing in the game. Don't get me wrong, but I think they could really flesh it out and tie bounty hunter storylines together. That's just my opinion. But yeah, let's keep going here. It says this right here. Gigs are a fundamental way to achieve this kind of role-playing in Cyberpunk, and offering more gigs as well as expanding the types that players have access to would be a fun way of deepening this mechanic as well. Particularly if players have completed the main story and are looking for reasons why their V would be sticking around Night City, adding a more varied, expansive list of odd jobs just makes sense. The ways that players choose to complete them as well, whether they're more ruthless, stealthy, or simply unapologetically violent, help to shape how they want their V to be seen by other characters. And that brings me to another point. Would love to see a reputation system tied to gigs, to bounty hunting, and things like that. You know, tough choices when you actually find, your target. Do you hand them in alive? Do you kill them? What do you do? And there should be consequences to this sort of thing. I think it would be really cool. I'm just saying. All right, so now it's time to get into your top comments from my most recent video, which was this one right here. It says, Cyberpunk in Unreal Engine 5. This is too good to be true. And I have 2 twos there, as you can see. I need to fix that. But anyway, yeah, it looks amazing in Unreal Engine 5. Take a look at this if you missed it. Watch my full video showcasing what is possible in Unreal Engine 5. These are demonstrations from various artists, of course. Check it out in the link below. But yeah, we got to talk about what you guys had to say. So, Curtis says this: I would love to see a Blade Runner game or a Judge Dredd game in the world. That would look, so sick. Dude, yes, absolutely. I feel like they're kind of tapping into Blade Runner stuff already with some of these mega buildings they have around Night City. Dude, they could go full-blown Judge Dredd. And the way I think they should do it is have a max tech storyline within a mega building. It could be like an entire open world within one building. I'm serious. I'm not joking. It's very possible to create a kind of like sub-open world as a DLC, in my opinion. And there's been games that have been very open world feeling in a building. In particular, I'm talking about Control. Now, Ashley says this right here. It says, yes, this demo, like all other tech demos, looks great, but is also tailored to look that way, utilizing a slow camera pan to probably hide optimization issues. I think some are seeing Unreal as the cure to the 5+ year game cycle, as if magically we will start getting these complex open world games every 1 to 2 years with 0 bugs. At this point, I don't think we have seen any AAA open world games releasing using Unreal 5 tech. I will wait to see how long they take to launch and how they perform on the new Unreal tech before I get too excited. Yeah, that's well said. You know, it all comes down to, the developer pedigree and QA, quality assurance. That's going to be super important with anything, really. So for me personally, I think that's what it comes down to. And if developers are going to be patient and not release their games too quickly. But there's some really cool things that Unreal Engine offers. It's just such a widely understood engine. You know, if you lose people off of a project, you can easily hire newcomers on there that would understand and grasp Unreal Engine 5 more than, say, Red Engine 2 or something like that. So that's the thing that I personally get excited for when it comes to the future of open world games in Unreal Engine 5, is that you will be able to tap into a lot more talent, at least in my opinion. Now we have Thomas, who says this: too good to be true is on point. We'll keep expectations in check until release. But damn, if that didn't make me smile. Hell yes, you know, you can get excited. You know, just be guarded with your hype levels, of course. But I know Cyberpunk had a very rough launch, but right now I'm really enjoying the game. I love covering it. So, hey, I still get excited about video games because, yeah, there's some really cool stuff coming up here, and that's out even now. It's not all doom and gloom. But yeah, I am looking forward to what they do with Edgerunners. Some of the teases are promising there, but the studio is extremely talented and very, very curious what happens. Remember, June 8th, they're going to be showcasing something related to this. Perhaps a full-blown breakdown trailer. Something is going to be happening with Cyberpunk Edgerunners around that time. And then hopefully, eventually, we do get update 1.6. They're very busy in the back end right now for Cyberpunk 2077 doing something. So we'll be finding about that eventually, and I will keep you all up to date. I promise you that. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.